In today's video, we're going to address the overall market once again. Stocks collapsed tremendously today, and we're going to talk about what to expect within the next few days. I'm also going to be sharing with y'all a couple of stocks to keep on your watch list specifically for tomorrow. Y'all, before we begin again, do not forget to annihilate the like button on your way in, and also don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Right, so let's get right into it. Right off the bat, we have the SPY, and so far things are not looking too good for the bulls. All right, in the last video, which I released on Monday night, I told y'all that we were at a very critical level, and it was very important for y'all to be looking out for a specific move on the market. I used the Dow Jones because the Dow Jones was an easier chart to read. So let's take a look at that right now. All right, now look at the Dow Jones. This is the Dow Jones. The bearish pennant is on there. A very choppy session like 3 weeks ago, right? Followed by a retest of that level of resistance. Again, this is when I released that video, and immediately after that, the market started to sell off, and so far, the sell-off is getting more and more aggressive. All right, now where is the Dow Jones going to go? Initially, my initial thoughts during this week, I thought it was going to drop to exactly 32,000 during that week, but it took a sweet time instead, and now it's finally behaving the way it actually should, the way this structure is supposed to play out. As you can see, I have my alert at 31,480, and I honestly do think that it's going to get there sooner rather than later. So watch the Dow Jones for a continuation downwards to that level. Probably gonna be tomorrow. All right, it's probably gonna be tomorrow. If today was negative, let's see, negative 1.6, I wouldn't be surprised to see another, like just another move like that, maybe even bigger tomorrow at negative 2.35, and you're gonna see a whole lot of headlines, right, about the indices getting crushed. So I think that's what I'm expecting for tomorrow. All right, and that's for the Dow Jones specifically. Now let's go back to the SPY. All right, now there is something interesting with the SPY, and somebody could argue, what if we bounce? And I don't think it's likely. Number one, because this level of support got breached. All right, it became like it was resistance before, broke out, and then retested it again. Right, had a nice run, a 3-day run, and now it breached right below it. It's not looking too good. All right, every dip buyer who bought in right here at 39.50, looking for a major move towards 4,200, they're panicking at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised to see everything be worse, like to see this thing go down to around 39.60, 38.65, and then continuing lower in the morning. All right, so that's one thing. Now the other perspective that that I see here, let's remove the line. Let's get rid of that line. All right, and let's zoom in right over here. I didn't see this until like in the middle of today. There's a head and shoulders on here. We got the head, we got the left shoulder, we got the head right here, right? And then we have the right shoulder right over here. And a lot of these short sellers from here and from here added on again, looking for a move down. The neckline of this structure at 39.50 got taken out at around noon. And the next step is all the way down here towards 3,800. Like exactly 3,800. Now, could it go lower? It's a maybe, and that's for another video. We have to wait and see the development, like what the charts are putting out before I can let y'all know for sure that we're going to get below 3,800, right? Especially this week. Now, I think we're gonna get to 3,800 tomorrow. I do think so. Now, looking at it from like a much bigger scale, the third perspective to look at the SPY, let's erase all of that. And let's go on the weekly. All right, and we're gonna zoom in right over here. The weekly chart is looking very dangerous, and y'all should be very careful, especially if you're long biased on the markets. I'm definitely not long biased on the market. There's a bearish pennant. Yeah, there's a bearish pennant on here. As you can see, it's right there. The line of support got broken in the beginning of the week, and then if we go right here, right, we got one test right there, another test right here, and another failure to break 4200, followed by the market rolling over. The next stop is the next stop, just from looking at this alone, is a lot lower than 3800. Like a lot lower than definitely below 3720. And it's going to take some weeks to get there. All right, but let's just take things day by day. It's important to look at the bigger picture once in a while, but it's not looking good. Like, it's really not. All right, so that's my thoughts on the SPY and the Dow Jones. Now, the first stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list, that I'm keeping in my watch list, that stock is Oracle. All right, let me just type that in right here. ORCL. All right, now Oracle had a nice run throughout the past few months, but today it had earnings, and during its earnings it didn't do too well. As you can see, there's that level of support right here. It got taken out because I don't think they met their earnings expectations. Maybe they did. It says right here they beat EPS, and yeah, it says right there they beat EPS and the revenue is up, but the market is bearish, and sometimes the reaction can be like this, right? The numbers are good, but the reaction can still be trash, which is terrible. Again, there's multiple factors to consider with these reactions. Like I always say, holding anything through earnings is 150% gambling. All right, and I rarely ever do it. All right, so with the way this is looking, I think it's gonna go all the way down to 80, at least $80 tomorrow. And there's a gap at the bottom at $82, and it's already at 83. So let's see, the next level of support is right here. Yeah, right there. So watch for a red candle in the first 5 to 10 minutes of market hours, and just watch for a flush. If a flush, then there's a high probability that it's gonna go all the way down to $80 by the end of tomorrow. All right, it's not looking too great right now, and it's looking kind of weak. So that's the first stock. The second stock that y'all should be keeping in your watch list is a much cheaper one. It's not $86. It is approximately 16 or 17. It's UPST. And UPST has a very simple, very basic structure on the charts. If you look at the 4-hour, all right, we're gonna zoom out. We're gonna move in right here. There is a bearish pennant on the chart that broke down today, right here. All right, watch this thing for a drop all the way down to $14. Very simple. All right, very straightforward. Watch it for a drop down to at least $14. Like the lowest I see this thing going is probably 12, but for now, again, one video at a time, one day at a time. Watch it for the drop to $14. All right, now the last stock, yeah, we got time for one more. The last stock that we're going to talk about, somebody have been putting in the comment section for me to discuss AMC. I don't trade AMC. For those of you who still trade it, again, if you make some money from it, congrats. I don't touch this one. I don't look at it at all. But the way it's looking, it's downtrending at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go all the way back down to $4.40, where it belongs. All right, now looking at it from the daily, again, anywhere in this region. And also keep in mind, there is that gap right here at $4 exactly. that is going to get filled at some point in time. And even if the market like somehow recovers massively, I don't think this one is going to have that much of a move. I think it's going to just chill in this region and eventually fill that gap below and just stay here throughout like the whole month of like throughout the remainder of March and also April. So that's my very honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Again, if you found this video helpful, do not forget to annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm. As always, helps the channel a lot and it allows more people to get this knowledge as well. Also, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, definitely click on subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you don't miss out on future uploads. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. If you haven't followed me on social media yet, you can find me at NGumah and at PATTERNOLOGY LAB on Instagram and on Twitter. And lastly, if all of this is brand new to you, if you're interested in getting started in the stock market, there's some basic step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 to step 3. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes for you to have all the tools you need to start trading immediately. You can also get some free stocks after setting up with Webull using the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is NGumah with PATTERNOLOGY LAB, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in the next video.